Yeah, GrowthAfrica is one of the oldest entrepreneur support organizations and ecosystem builders in Africa, and been around since 2002 and been working dedicatedly on supporting entrepreneurs since 2012. So we work with and support entrepreneurs in trying to build and grow and scale their businesses through various activities, building their capacity to kind of grow both as entrepreneurs and with that growing their businesses with them as well. GrowthAfrica really working across a number of countries in Africa are supporting early stage to later stage entrepreneurs in growing and scaling their business as we best possibly can, and doing so together with a variety of stakeholders, whether funders, mentors, sages and experts, and investors as well, trying to make that last bit connect as well. We're seeing traditionally a lot of models being copied from the West, and we've seen that isn't the model. We need to build African models. We need to contextualize so that we are building solutions that works for us, that works for our people and for our societies. And that also goes for how we approach supporting and building the capacity of entrepreneurs. We cannot assume that they come with the same background that you would if you come from Europe, where the educational background gives you a much different, much richer and stronger background that enables you then to do certain things as you move forward and you're trying to build a business. So some of the gaps that we see from not getting those insights and resources from your educational background need to be built into how we approach things. I think leadership is an element that we definitely see we need to build in. We see that peer networking and networking is something that also perhaps is part of an African DNA in one way, but also something we need to build. We see that trust is a currency that we often lack. So often African entrepreneurs would look at their peers as competitors or potential competitors rather than partners and friends. And we need to bring that down, because that's not helping us in growing our businesses when we don't see friends and partners, but see competitors or frenemies at best, perhaps. So that is another element to it. Analytical and critical thinking is, I think, one of the elements that we see we need to build a lot more of, and perhaps because part of that is not being fostered traditionally by the educational system. So how do entrepreneurs assess opportunities, really critically review and assess what is right for their business, what is needed for them to develop their business, and assess their business critically to then find out where they need to best deploy their resources and focus, where the opportunities truly are, rather than just spreading themselves and their business thin all over. So there definitely are a lot of aspects around these elements that are somewhat or at times vastly different.